This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, November 25th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The Annapolis Fire Department is currently on the scene of a fire at 196 Duke of Gloucester Street. The fire was reported at about 4:30 a.m. this morning, and it is in the Krause and Ferris Law Office building. This is a small building that is on the left side of Duke of Gloucester Street as you're heading down. It is a two-alarm fire, and they do have roads closed. You want to make sure to avoid Duke of Gloucester Street, which is closed between Church Circle and Conduit Street, and Main Street is also closed from Green Street all the way up to Church Circle. While the fire appears to be extinguished at this point, delays are likely to continue through this morning's rush hour. We will have more information on this a little bit later today, so you want to make sure that you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net. The Annapolis Police Department is investigating an armed robbery that happened at about 6 p.m. on November 21st. An adult male victim was walking in the area of Peters Way, which is near the Forest Drive Safeway, when he was approached by three males wearing masks, one of which displayed a handgun. The suspect searched the victim's pockets, stole money and a cell phone, and fled towards Skipper's Lane, which is down by the CVS. On foot, police searched the area but did not locate any suspects. And this is getting to be sort of a repetitive type of a crime. Earlier last week, there was a teenager that was robbed in a similar manner right along Hilltop Lane. An Odenton man has been hit with multiple charges after authorities say that he physically abused his teenage son and gave the boy, who was having suicidal thoughts, a shotgun, saying, quote, "Just do it." Anthony Lewis is 46 of Odenton. He isn't being held at the Jennifer Road facility without bond. And his son told authorities that his father had beat him with a belt 20 times each on at least 3 occasions. And he also said that his father tried to strangle him as well. The elder Lewis was charged with first-degree assault, second-degree assault, reckless endangerment, child abuse in the second degree, assisted suicide by providing a means, firearm use, and failure to send a child to school. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for December 23rd. Here's something that may be coming to the state that I thought might come to Anne Arundel County first, but State Senator Clarence Lamb, a Democrat out of Howard and Baltimore counties, is sponsoring a legislation that will ban balloon releases in the state of Maryland. He said there would be a $250 civil fine for each act of intentionally releasing a balloon, and it is co-sponsored by Senator Mary Beth Carrozza, a Republican from Somerset, Wicomico, and Worcester County, and Senator Ron Young, a Democrat out of Frederick, and Senator Stephen Hershey, a Republican out of Caroline, Cecil, Kent, and Queen Anne's County. It does have support in the House of Delegates, and the bill is expected to be co-sponsored by Delegate Wayne Hartman, a Republican out of Wicomico and Worcester County, and Delegate Regina Boyce, a Democrat out of Baltimore. Speaking of environmentally friendly legislation, Prince George's County has now become the latest community to ban disposable plastic straws. I know here in Annapolis we've tried to discourage them, but we have not banned them. But Prince George County now does ban bars and restaurants and other businesses from handing out single-use plastic straws or stirrers. That ban does take effect on July 1st of 2020, and no fines will be issued before January 1st of 2021. There is an exception for people with disabilities, saying that food service businesses shall keep a limited stock of plastic straws available to accommodate anyone's physical or medical needs. And here's something I didn't realize, but they have a plastic straw ban in D.C., and here in Maryland, Garrett Park and Rockville also have bans, and Charles County and Tacoma Park are pending. I am sure that we're going to see this make its way to Anne Arundel County and the city of Annapolis, if not the state of Maryland, fairly soon. Man, what a day Saturday was for Navy and Malcolm Perry. Navy quarterback Malcolm Perry has done special things his entire career at the Naval Academy, but there's going to be few games that'll stand out like Saturday's. They were down 11 at the half. Perry put the team on his back, was responsible for 357 yards of offense, including a 70-yard game-winning touchdown that brought Navy back to a 35-28 victory over SMU. Who would have thought that this kid, as a freshman, fourth stringer, was pulled from the stands to take over for an injured Tago Smith in September of 2016 against Fordham. Perry is going to go places for sure. Up next for Navy, they're going to play Houston at 7 p.m. on Saturday, November 30th. It'll be aired on ESPN2. From there, if all the cards fall into place, and it's not quite sure that they should, but Cincinnati might host Navy in the conference championship on December 7th. And 1 week later, the Midshipmen will take on the Black Knights in America's game. The Army-Navy game in Philadelphia. Kickoff for that is scheduled for 3 p.m., and it will be aired on CBS nationally. Eye on Annapolis will be in Philly, bringing you all of the excitement of this rivalry between the U.S. Naval Academy and the U.S. Military Academy, going strong since 1890. If you missed our Legacy Business Brief on Saturday, you want to check that out. We spoke with Teresa Williams from the Gateway Florist, and I learned that they had been around for 40 years, 20 on West Street and 20 on Bay Ridge Road. And they really are the last of small, locally owned florists in Annapolis. And personal note, they are hands down my personal choice for flowers. As a matter of fact, I placed an order just the other day. And we are going to be taking a bit of a break later on this week. We are not going to be producing a daily news brief on Thursday, Thanksgiving, or Friday, Black Friday. Not because we're out shopping, but because we're going to take a day off. And you're probably out shopping. So we're going to pepper some things that are going to be happening over the weekend throughout the 3 days that we do produce one. And here's one for you to put in your books. It is Saturday, November 30th. It is the 10th anniversary of the Small Business Saturday, which was an initiative sponsored by American Express. It reminds people to get out, buy local from all the small businesses in their community, which is exactly what I'm trying to do with the Legacy Business Series. Shopping local keeps our community unique and special. And that doesn't matter where our local community is. It doesn't have to be Main Street in Annapolis. It can be in Glen Burnie. It can be in Odenton, Crofton. It doesn't matter. Shop local, shop small. Small Business Saturday really does kick off the holiday shopping season in Annapolis, and the downtown merchants in the Annapolis Arts District and in West Annapolis and on Maryland Avenue are all geared up. According to Matt Schatzel, who's the chairman of the Downtown Annapolis Partnership, he said it's a day where we say thank you to supporting small businesses, and you can say thank you to the locally owned businesses that work hard to make our community unique and special. Parking? Not so much of an issue. The Calvert Street Garage is going to be free all weekend at 19 St. John Street. The Whitmore Garage is going to be free for Small Business Saturday and free until 4 p.m. on Sunday at 25 Clay Street. $5 all-day parking available at Knighton and Park Place garages. And starting on Thanksgiving, the parking meters will be free for 3 hours when you use the code PARKDTA on the Park mobile app. But you know what? You want to hang tight on that one because I believe that is going to change a little bit later today. So you want to make sure that you check out eyeonannapolis.net for all of that news. That's what we call a cliffhanger. All right, that does wrap it up for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. And I know we're going to have an update on the parking situation in Annapolis. If you're someplace where you can give us a recommendation or a review, please do that. That's how we grow. Let your friends, your family, and your colleagues know about us. Other than that, you want to hang tight. It is Monday. We have Ann Alsina with your Money Monday report. And unfortunately, due to some internet gremlins that are hanging out there over the weekend, our forecast from George Young and DMV Weather was delayed, so we will have him back for sure on Tuesday morning. All of that in just 1 minute.
Hello, friends. This is Brian Griffiths from RedMaryland.com, inviting you to the 2020 RedMaryland.com Leadership Conference, Saturday, January the 11th, 2020, at the Doubletree Hotel in Annapolis. Confirmed speakers include Congressman Andy Harris, Commerce Secretary Kelly Schultz, Transportation Secretary Pete Ron, Senator J.B. Jennings, Senator Steve Hershey, Senator Justin Reedy, Delegate Nick Kipke, Delegate Kathy Shalago, Delegate Lauren Erican, WBAL Radio's Andrew Langer and Jerry Rogers, Maryland Federation of Republican Women President Diana Waterman, Maryland Young Republicans Chairman Maria Sophia, Lauren Bogley from the Maryland Right to Life, and so much more. Tickets are available at redmarylandconference.com. Sponsorship opportunities and vendor tables are also available. That's redmarylandconference.com. Don't miss out on your opportunity to attend the redmaryland.com Leadership Conference, Saturday, January the 11th in Annapolis. Once more, buy your tickets now at redmarylandconference.com.
Your money, managing and investing it can be confusing and sometimes scary. Here to help you put your financial picture into focus is Ann Alsina from Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report. Through Thursday, the market was slightly down. based on fears the Phase 1 trade agreement with China will not be finalized by year-end. Keeping an eye on the bigger picture, the S&P 500 is still up 17% for the year. It's important to remember that fluctuations like this are normal. Something you should worry about, though, is overspending on the holidays. A few practical strategies to limit that dreaded feeling of opening your credit card statements in January after a holiday shopping spree. Make a plan and stick to it. First, decide how much you can reasonably spend on holiday gifts. Think of everyone you want to buy gifts for and how much you plan to spend for each of them. Rather than wandering through stores waiting for something to catch your eye, spend time thinking of each person and what they would like. Remember, it doesn't always have to be a thing. Sometimes spending time together is a better gift. Once you have gifts in mind, do some research. Check prices online. Make a list of people and gifts and know where you're going to buy what items. Avoid the impulse buys that seem like a good deal. Often that large bag of chocolate at the big box department store checkout is overpriced compared to the same bag at the supermarket. Just because there are holiday sales on some items does not mean everything is on sale. When you do go out, bring cash. Our subconscious does not register handing over a credit card the same way it does when you hand over cash. You're less likely to overspend using cash. Some other thrifty ideas include delivering a meal or baked goods the week before the holiday, or giving books from your collection that you think would mean something to the recipient. Include a note explaining what their friendship has meant to you and why you think they would enjoy the book. For more information and educational videos, please visit our website at www.covingtonalsina.com. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. This information is not intended to be a substitute for specific individualized tax advice. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with Covington Alsina. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. Covington Alsina and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.